Sorry. Hey Capricorn, welcome to Sweetteaastro and Tarot. My name is Erica. Why don't you sit a spell so we can talk about the stars some? So how's life? I hope you're well. We've had 2 eclipses so far. We're fixing to have our 3rd. That's a pretty rare thing. We're used to eclipses only coming in pairs. So we've endured 2 lunar eclipses and 1 solar eclipse. I hope this video finds you in good spirits, and if you aren't in the best of spirits, I hope that hopefully by the end of it, you're at least empowered and enlightened and hopefully uplifted. Eclipse season is ending on September 16th. So, we'll be experiencing a 24-degree at Pisces. 24-degree Pisces, full moon, prenumbral lunar eclipse. This will be occurring in your 3rd house, Capricorn. The 3rd house is ruled by Gemini, and it is the house that covers communication, short distance journeys or trips, siblings, cousins, and neighbors, people in your neighborhood very close to you. Communication is how you speak, how you are understood, and how you understand others. It also covers your technological devices, anything from your computer to your cell phone. Also how you get from point A to point B. So be careful with your technological devices. Be careful while you're driving. Just full moons are known for endings and closures and culminations, and this being in your 3rd house, it could be not so fun juju. So just be aware, especially with it being Mercury retrograde and all. Just be very careful. This full moon is going to be in conjunct Venus, the planet of love, harmony, and beauty in Venus. Venus in Libra. Venus rules Libra, sorry. This is happening in your 10th house. And Jupiter just moved in here as well today. And Jupiter is the planet of expansion, achievement, and excess. The 10th house is the Capricorn, your house, ruled career, status, reputation, authorities, authority figures, and destiny. William Shakespeare said, all the world is a stage, and I see the 10th house as the stage that you approach the world on and how the world knows you. If I could speak. My throat's giving me troubles. I'm starting to feel really tired too, but I'm going to finish this daggone video. It'll be the 2nd one that I'm done. Aries lasted 40-something minutes, but I pulled a lot of cards, so you're going to get the same treatment. Don't freak out. So, there may be some expansion and some achievement in your career sector or your status or your reputation. Could be pretty cool. It would be a great time to get your networking on. There's also going to be a square in this. Mars and Sagittarius will be squaring this full moon. That's in your 12th house. The 12th house is the house of limitations, repression, karma. It's the house of self-sabotage. It's also the house of secret enemies and secrets that you keep from yourself. So yeah, that's what's going to be going on the 16th. Like I said, you've already endured 2 eclipses. The first was August 18th, and this occurred in your 2nd house. The 2nd house is ruled by Taurus, and it is the house of your values. It's the house of your self-esteem, your earning ability, your possessions, and your money, the things that you care about and want close to you. Possessions could even technically cover the person that you're in a relationship with, because they are your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. That's how I see it anyways. And on the 1st of September, just a few days ago, we had a solar eclipse occur in your 9th house, and that's the house of religion and philosophy, the higher education. It's like your view of the world expanded. Long distance trips, adventures and questing. It could also speak to foreign places, foreign people, foreign things. Astrology, legal system matters. Had a T-square between your 12th and your 3rd house. The 12th house, again, is the house of secrets, secret enemies, the secrets that you keep from yourself, self-undoing, self-sabotage, karma, repression, and limitations. To your 3rd house, The third house has undergone quite a bit of energy. You've had this T-square in your solar eclipse, and now you're having a full moon prenumbral lunar eclipse in your communication. That's in your communication. Third house communication, short distance trips or journeys, siblings, cousins, and neighbors. I'm sorry. I'm going to get through this reading, but it may take me longer than I expected. On the 30th, we will be having a new moon in Libra in your 10th house, which is where a lot of this energy's gone out and played. The 10th house is career, status, reputation, authorities, and destiny. All the world is a stage, and it's how you approach the world and how the world knows you. It would be a great time for you to be looking into a new career, changing your status or reputation, looking into possibly speaking with authority figures or experts on certain things. But I'll be around for the end of the month to pull more cards for you for that new moon in Libra. Right now, this is about the September 16th full moon. So thanks so much for listening to me talk about the stars. I'm going to transition over to the tarot. I'm also going to be pulling several oracle cards for you. So let me go ahead and get that started. And the only way that I can do that is by hitting pause. So y'all hang tight and I'll be right back. Hey Capricorn, I'm back with the cards. I've been shuffling and meditating over them, asking for the general messages for my Capricorn friends. But before I get started shuffling on camera for y'all, I want to show you the boxes that I'm going to be pulling from. Butterfly Oracle cards for Life Changes by Doreen Virtue. Seems very apropos for this eclipse season. The next set of cards that I will be pulling from, or another set, is a fan favorite, the Sacred Rebels Oracle cards by Elena Fairchild. The artwork is by Autumn Sky Morrison. And I got a new set of cards that my fiance actually got for me in celebration of my 1,000 subscribers. So thank you so much, Jeremy. I love you. But yeah, this is my new Oracle card set. The Journey of Love. It is by Elena Fairchild. The artwork is by an artist named Razuli, and in the guidebook there are poems that go with each one of the cards that are written by a poet named Richard Cohen. So, also going to pull a Healing and Meditation Oracle card for you. I got those from a secondhand store, so I can't give credit to who the author or artists were, but I give gratitude to their souls. I actually got a rune card set, like the Nordic runes that you can cast for divination, but they're in card form. I got them when I got my Butterfly Oracle cards when I was in Monroe. I just haven't pulled them out to play yet. I will. Just not yet. I think I'm doing enough on this video, huh? For my Capricorn friends for the September full moon. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cut. Bottom card for the overarching theme or the underlying energy, however you choose to see it, and the top three for clarity. My little earbud keeps trying to jump out of my ear, y'all. I'm sorry. Healing and Meditation Oracle cards. This is for my Capricorn friends for the September full moon. Okay. Butterfly Oracle deck for Life Changes by Doreen Virtue. For my Capricorn friends for this September full moon. These two are sticking out. I'm going to go with them. A Sacred Rebels Oracle card. A lot. It's alright. We'll get through it. Like I said, the Aries video is like 40-something minutes. I think this will be the last video that I do tonight because I don't want to overextend my voice and try to lose it. I've only got 10 more signs to shoot for. So yeah, I may have to be a little more judicious with my oracle cards. I may not be able to pull as many for the other signs. Yeah, I know, I feel sad about it. We'll see how I feel in the morning. Go ahead and cut. I'm going to pull the top one for you. And finally, last but certainly not least, Journey of Love. This is what the back of the cards look like. For my Capricorn friends, for the September full moon. Okay, there's that one. It flew right out of my hands. Now, because this is a new deck, I'm going to read from the guidebook, but I'm going to go ahead and pause so I could get my flip over for these cards and find my spot in the book, and I'll be right back, y'all. Hang tight. Whoops, I thought I hit pause. Mercury's in retrograde. Hang tight, y'all. Hey Capricorn, sorry about that earlier. I thought I hit pause. It happens sometimes. Never for a video that I was actually going to upload, so first time for everything. Mercury's in retrograde. I flipped your cards, and what's funny, I'm not going to get into what the cards mean right now, but what I found utterly hilarious is these are the very same two cards that came out for Aries. These two were together like this. I did mini shuffles, as you saw. For the Aries reading, one was like, one fell out, and I took one, I forget how it happened, but there were two, and these two were literally stuck together after many shuffles off screen and on screen. So I think there's a recurrent theme occurring. We'll have to get into it in just a minute. Okay. The underlying theme, or the overarching energy, however you choose to see it, Capricorn, it's the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is a representative of an individual that is in their late teens to mid to early late 20s. I'm talking 16 to 17, 26 to at the very latest 27. If they aren't in that age bracket, they're acting that age. The Page of Wands is a slower moving message for me, so they're messengers. This message will be coming like snail mail or face to face. This will be a conversation. It won't be something that's technologically involved or rapid back and forth from what I'm understanding, because if it was, it would be the Knight of Wands. Regardless, the Knight of Wands is impetuous, courageous, fearful, can be egocentric, but confident, can be very imprudent at times, just depending on which side of the spectrum they're coming from. The Wands energy represents fire signs. The fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. You could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius sun, moon, or rising. You will not know that unless you look at their chart or they have given you that information. So you may be dealing with a very forceful message or messenger toward dealing with the underlying energy. We'll see. The first card in your top three for clarity is the Two of Wands in reverse. The Two of Wands is, for me, should I stay or should I go? It's looking out at the horizon and not paying attention to what is behind you. The Two speaks to the Taurus-ruled second house of values, possessions, earning ability, self-esteem, and money. The Wands also speak to fire sign energy. This can be an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. As I said earlier, you will not know that unless you've looked at their chart or they have given you that information. The perspective that you have in making this decision is not a balanced perspective because it's in the reverse, and also these are not at an equal level. One is more favored than the other. We're in the middle of a Mercury retrograde, so the details that are dealing with this situation are not fully apparent yet. The if, ands, or buts are not fully realized yet. The how are we going to pay for it, and how is it going to happen is not fully come to fruition yet. The plans may change. The dates may change. The locations may change. Just be aware of that. The second card that you got is the Page of Cups, dealing once again with the same type energy of a young person, 16, 17, 26, 27 at the very latest. The cups, though, represent emotions, also relationships, things that fill you up and make you feel as though you are sustained and whole, and it's a reserve. The cup sign, or the cups, represent water signs. The water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces sun, moon, or rising. You won't know that unless you've looked at their chart. This individual is a messenger, usually bringing you a message dealing with relationships, emotions. It could be an emotional message. It could be an emotional message. And emotions can be good, emotions can be sweet, and emotions can be passionate and fiery, and it really depends on how this individual is coming at you. With him being a Page of Wands upright and the Page of Cups upright, it seems as though the people who are delivering the messages, if it is people actually delivering the messages, they're coming from a positive perspective, as opposed, you wouldn't want them to be coming at you from the negative. This person can be kind of wishy-washy. I don't know. I'm not sure. I will or I won't. I will or I won't. That old song, Should I Stay or Should I Go Now, is what went through my head when I started doing this. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. The third card is the Five of Pentacles in reverse. This card is the 5 represents the Leo ruled house of creativity. Creativity is your creative projects, but the things that you're a part of, the things that you have skin in the game in, the things that you're invested in. It can be your children, it can be your fur babies, it can be your social life, it can also be the pleasure that you seek. The Pentacles represent earth sign energy. That can be Taurus, Virgo, or you Capricorn. The Pentacles also represent resources, money, health, anything that you would expend on another living thing or another situation. When I see this card, especially in the reverse, it is dealing with inequality. It's also dealing with how my perspective of the situation and your perspective of the situation, even though we're in the same situation, it's going to be completely different. And I'll show you. Her perspective is down here and his gaze is up here. They're in the same environment. They're going through the very same thing, but her experience is going to be different than his, just based on their perspective. The major color in the background is black, which makes me want to remind you that it is always darkest before dawn. Pluto's going 3 Capricorn right now, and that can be a very trying time. It's a deep transformation and it's deep healing, but it can be knocking the castle down before it can be rebuilt too. I don't know where you're at on your path, and I'm reading for a lot of different people. I also see this as the Dark Night of the Soul card, where you have to learn how to take care of yourself because nobody else is going to do it. It's a card of poverty. It's a card of lack. It's a card of need. But there's a lot of bodies, like physical people in these cards. The first 2 background colors are gray, silver lining in the situation that you're going through, even if it doesn't seem like it right now, and it could be highly emotional. dealing with should I stay or should I go, and that can be in a relationship. That could also be in work. I see it more as work because of the astrology that's going on right here. But the 10th house isn't just career, it's also your status. And status can be Mrs., Miss, Mr., Doctor, Junior. You know, your status can change. Single, married, divorced, widowed, partnered, domestically coupled, you know. So it could be one of those two things. The total of the tarot portion for this spread, because you had 2 pages and there is no numerical association for the pages or the court cards. You got the 2 of Wands and you got the 5 of Pentacles. 2 plus 5 is 7. And that speaks to the Libra ruled house of open enemies, counseling, how you identify with others in your partnerships. Partnerships can be business, can be your neighbors, it can be your boss, it can be your work husband, your work wife, it can be your friends at the smoking circle out at break, you know. It can be your intimate relationships, it can be your people who you interact with on a very regular basis. That is a partnership. The healing and meditation oracle card that was pulled for you was silence. And there is a song by Sarah McLachlan and Delirium, I believe. It's a remix of her song Silence, and I adore it. There's like 8 different versions of it, techno versions, this, that, and the other. I prefer the original. There's just something about that song that sends me to my happy place. And it was on repeat a lot after the fire. When I see this card, I think that it is a time for you to hit the mute button on all things, including yourself, and actually sitting down, lighting candles, and finding a way to commune with your own spirit in silence through meditation, through yoga, through journaling, however you choose. The silence card reads, amid the clamor of the modern world, silence offers a great therapeutic value. Finding and appreciating silence will help you to banish painful thoughts or emotions. Consider the following, Capricorn. I will cultivate silence for its peace and its grandeur. I will connect with the silence. I will let the silence block out bad thoughts. Silence will help me to let go of painful thoughts and emotions. I actually started embracing silence in my commute, in my car. I actually rode around for a year after the fire and didn't listen to the radio. No music, just quiet. It's a bit intense at first, but it gets better. It gives you an opportunity to kind of clear your mind. I suggest you think about it, especially with your 3rd house energy. Now, to the, pardon me, butterfly oracle cards. Both of these showed up in the Aries reading, and now they're in your reading. Welcome to the new. We are just about to finish with eclipse season, and this means that we're fixing to be on our new paths. We're going to be shown where we need to be and what needs to happen. And you need to embrace that. You need to not be afraid of the change. And, you know, Capricorn, you're practical and you're serious. But you're also a cardinal sign, so you can be an initiator. Embrace that part of you and embrace this opportunity for some change. And it looks like you're going to be having some change, especially looks like that reputation and that status is undergoing some sort of major shift. And if you're watching a video like this, then you're embracing spiritual growth. Spiritual growth and religion are not one and the same. They are like salt and pepper. You can use them together, but they are two different things in themselves. They can be interchanged, and they can be used together. It's not a bad thing. But it doesn't have to be black and white either. You did have a new moon. No, you had a solar eclipse in your 9th house. And that's the initiation or the beginning of something new for you in your 9th house. The 9th house is long distance trips, adventure, higher education, philosophy and religion, astrology. Those types of things are covered under the 9th house. What I like to say whenever I see this card is my approach. I look at life as a mountain. And some of us, well, we all are trying to get to the top of it. Some of us are going to take the beginner's path. Some of us are going to take the intermediary path. Some of us are going to take the professional path. Some of us are going to use maps. Some of us are going to use GPS. Some of us are just going to wing it. Some of us aren't going to follow a path. We're going to make our own path. But we're all trying to make it to the top. My path will not look like yours, and yours shouldn't look like mine. But they're each very important for their own specific reasons, and there should be no judgment attached to it. Welcome the new. Try not to be judgmental about it. The Sacred Rebels Oracle card that was pulled for you is Softly, Softly, the Tender Touch. I feel as though you might be getting communication through your dreams as well when I see this card. Third eye opening, messages being received and downloaded as well. Also speaking your truth in love. Can be an emotional time for you. Lunar eclipses are emotional times. She is crying. Go ahead and embrace it. Dealing with it now is healing. Putting it off till later is repression, and that's not good. This is the 20th card of the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck, and the 20 reduces to 2. 2 plus 0 is 2, and that is the Taurus ruled house of self-esteem, earning ability, possessions, and money. It is the house of values, your values, personal values to you. And speaking your truth, getting those messages, receiving those messages can be healing. It can be very transformational. And it's something that it could move you to your core and possibly bring you to a new shift in your spiritual growth, which would be amazing, right? The final card that I pulled for you is from the Journey of Love. And like I said, it's a new oracle deck to me, so I'm going to read out of the book for y'all. But you got the number 1 card out of 70 cards. The number 1 card, Heartfire. It looks like the sun in the middle instantaneously for me. Also, if you look at it from a broader perspective, it looks like a rose, a very abstract rose close up. This is the first card of that deck that speaks to the Aries ruled house of your personality, your physical body, and your appearance. Heartfire. I love that it's a red color too. Dealing with one being ruled by Aries. The book reads, a passion is igniting within you. It is not a time when things will remain still, even if change is only sensed as a subtle stirring underneath the surface of things. Even if it is slow at first, passion will unfold from within your heart, soon to be burning bright like the sun, unrestrained. You are learning how to ride the waves of passion through eruptions of heat and descent into coolness, bearing the absence of fire, only to realize it is returning to you again. Ride the waves. knowing that the passionate bliss will always return to your heart, will always return to a heart that is on fire with a love for life. Coolness allows us to experience the heat, and once you realize that the fire emerging from within you will ebb and flow, you will trust in its presence. You will realize that whether your passionate fire is obvious, drawing you into life, or dwelling quietly within, gaining more power from the deepest sources of your being, soon to rise once more, it is a constant in your heart. Accept the fire of your heart and know that this is how you are meant to be, on fire with love for all that is. This oracle brings a message for you. Trust the passion and the fire of your heart to guide your decisions now. What would make you feel most alive? Choose that path. If you are feeling a lack of genuine passion in your life, take comfort that it is awakening in your own heart now, bringing something that has long been in rest back to life. Pardon me. I'm fighting with itchy throat syndrome now. The poem by Richard Cohn that goes along with the Heartfire card, which I just love. It even looks like the spiral of creation to me. The poem reads, "Life unfolds in wondrous ways, and time together fills the days, with unexpected gifts beyond our wildest dreams, like open hearts as a feeling start. To face the longing when we part, our souls know this is more than what it seems. In gratitude, I offer prayer, with thanks for this love so rare, asking guidance on this sweet sojourn. The answers come in tears that flow, emotions raw and smiles that show. Becoming one is worth the wait until I can return." Ugh. It's a sensitive time for you now, Capricorn. It's a sensitive time for us all. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope that you found it empowering and enlightening. And if you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it more than I have the words to say. I'm going to have all of this time stamped down below. I'm also going to have the September entire month of astrology video down below as well. That's time stamped to where you can start at the full moon and finish out through the rest of the month to hear what else is going on. This is a full moon specific video because there has been so much going on astrologically. I'm trying to be as efficient as possible. Hope you enjoyed this, y'all. I'll be back for the new moon the very end of this month. Eclipse season's going to be over soon, y'all. Employ your self-care. Please be kind to yourself and save some of that kindness for others, because we're all going through this in our own particular charts, and it's a sensitive time for us all. I'll see y'all at the end of the month. Take care, Capricorn. Namaste, y'all.